Everyone. Continue. Someone is recording this session, right? Okay. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Toastmasters joint meeting, Malaysia Online TMC with University Malaya TMC. So I'm honored to have everyone joining this meeting. So I hope everyone will have some fun tonight, probably get inspired and get some laugh. So that's my wish for tonight. But I have to apologize because I have to leave at 9 p.m. because I have another meeting to go to. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this will be the house rule for tonight. I would like all of us to kindly put your phone on silent mode. And if you are eating, please avoid eating in front of the webcam. And please stay muted unless it's your turn to speak. And also please refrain yourself from talking about sensitive topics. Okay, and please keep your video on to support our speakers. So I see all of us are turning on the video, which is good. We also have guests. Probably the guests can also turning on their videos to show your support for our event for tonight. So back to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Azwadi.
Okay. Thank you, Malina. So maybe before the start, we introduce our president from Malaysia Online Toastmasters Club, Saiful Ikram Selamat, for the opening speech. Give him a big round of applause.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome all of you to this joint meeting between Malaysia Online Toastmasters Club and University Malaya Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, our theme for tonight is our independence is our privilege, a special privilege that have a very good, very deep meaning for all of us here. Malaysian, not just Malaysian, from other part of the country. Because independence is something that is been fought long ago, before our time. We still remember how our ancestors fighting all the colonies, either from British or from some other country that colonized our country. But I would like to bring you a different perspective of what is independent. Can I ask all of you, maybe type in the chat, are we, all of us are really independent? Do we have the freedom that we thought we have? Yes or no? Yeah. 50%. We might say, we are independent already for 64 years in Malaysia, or maybe 100 years or 200 years in United States, or never been colonized like China or Thailand. But those independence or freedom are basically an illusion. Why? Because we as a species itself is not independent. We are, as a species, are interdependent. We depend on each other. We depend with each other. For a club to be successful, it depends on the member. For a member to be able to speak out, it depends on the club to give the platform to speak out. And for us, right now, we depend on the air that God given us to breathe. We depend on the water that fall from the sky as rain and become our water to drink. So, think back. Are we really independent? When they say independence is our privilege, yes, because the true independence that we have is inside our mind, our brain, our ideology. You cannot really take away your skin, take away your heritage and saying you're something else. Like, I'm a Malay. I cannot say myself, oh, today I want to be a Caucasian. I want to be British. Oh, I want to be a Chinese. Or maybe I want to be Indian. Not the way. It's never going to be happen. Because we are born this way. We are made this way. Common cannot suddenly become common without the parents. A Chinese will born as a Chinese. You cannot have suddenly become a Malay. A Malay cannot suddenly become a Iban. And this is where lies the beauty of a country, the multicultural, multi-races. Even for us right now, we are talking in different language. We might communicate in English right now as our lingua franca. But some of us can speak in Malay, some of us can speak in Chinese, some of us can speak in Indian and Tamil, some of us can speak maybe another language. But this is where diversity is become unity. So for me, in my humble opinion, ladies and gentlemen, independence is a privilege when all of us together unite. All of us together unite as one species, as one countryman, as a one platform to declare to the world, we are free. We are free to express ourselves. We are free to love each other. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our privilege. That is what we are working for. And that is what we are going for. Take away our differences, those minor differences. This is just a skin deep. You take away the skin, the few millimeters from our body, nobody can recognize who you are. Nobody can tell you, okay, you take away my skin out. You cannot say this is Saiful. I could be Ming Kang. Yeah, I could be anybody. And do not have this few millimeter divide us. Because true independence, where we are united and we can go forth together. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have the first unity here between a corporate club, and not really a corporate club, university club, University Malaya Toastmasters Club, and Malaysia Online. I hope everybody here, all 30 of us, can enjoy the ride. Because we are together here to celebrate our independence. Not just a countryman, not just a Malaysian, Malay, Chinese, Indian, Kadazan, Iban, but as a one species Homo sapien. One species Homo sapien. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Now I'd like to introduce to you the Toastmaster of the evening, Azwadi. Thank you.
Thank you, our President Saiful. Very energetic speech and powerful of the message to us tonight. Assalamu alaikum and good evening to all my fellow Toastmaster and our dedicated role player and our guest today. Welcome to our first joint meeting between Malaysia Online and University Malaya. I can see we have around 30 participants today. Wow. Congratulations all of us. For the benefit of non-member of Toastmasters here, first of all, let me give you a bit of background information of Toastmaster International. Toastmaster has its beginnings 96 years ago when American named this Dr. Ralph C. Smedley decided that the young man he worked with in the YMCA need help with their public speaking skill, their ability to conduct meetings and plan programs. First, the first official Toastmaster meeting was held in 1924 in the basement of the YMCA in Santa Ana, California. It was so successful and how Toastmaster grew until he became Toastmaster International in 1932. Today, Toastmaster International, with its headquarters in Denver, Colorado, has almost 360,000 active members in 143 countries and nearly 70,000 clubs all over the world. The Dr. Rob C. Smedley's quote, "We learn best in moments of enjoyment." Okay, this is our new online syllabus on Toastmaster Club Part B. Has introduced since 2018. There are 11 different pathways as disclosed in my screen and our agenda today. Please refer to it. Today, I would like to introduce our theme today is independence is a given privilege. In consistent with our 64th National Day celebration, we have chosen this theme as part of meeting today. Merdeka, Merdeka, Merdeka. There were 7 times of Merdeka proclaimed by the late Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Alhaj on 31st August 1957. He has declared our independence at the historic Merdeka Stadium. All of us today are a post-Merdeka generation who born after 1957. We should understand and appreciate the independence that we have inherited as a given privilege. We should be proud as a Malaysian is a unique, blended multiracial and a diversity of culture and customs. Thus, we are truly ASEAN. Always have spirit of patriotism, pride, dignity, and responsibility for our country. I ended with the quote from the late US President J.F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Remember it? Okay, tonight, our meeting is divided into 3 segments. The first is a new impromptu speech segment where we invited members and guests to participate. Our round robin master today is Mubarak Rosden. We call it round robin session. This is replacing our table topic session normally have in the meeting. The second involves prepare project speech by our members. However, they have an additional style which is inspired by our round robin master today, Mubarak. I would like to call our round robin master Mubarak to be short and simple on this assignment.
Thank you. Are we going to start now?
Just mention what actually the additional or the new information speech on the after the project speech.
I see. Okay. A bit of tonight gonna be interesting a bit. Most of you all, I believe, you have been going to other meetings and you've been countering this table topic, right? But this time we're going to be a little bit different. We have to give credit where credit is due. We took this, we stole this idea from Thailand Online Toastmasters Club, sorry. So a little bit of round robin. We're going to be, I'm going to be the round robin master, and I will give you a topic or more like a question where you have to introduce yourself and answer these few questions. Everyone will have the same questions, and you only have 1 minute, not more than 1 minute, to briefly explain yourself, briefly introduce yourself. Everyone here, include Azwadi as well. And that's the round robin session. Back to you, Jamie.
Okay, just a little bit. How about the second session after the every speaker?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you? Yeah, I can't hear you clearly.
Okay, how about the second session? After the speaker gives their speech in terms of the important evaluation that we have to.
Okay, open evaluation, is it?
Yeah, open evaluation.
Okay. So open evaluation, of course, open evaluation, if you have ever heard of it. Very simple. Basically, it is a open evaluation lah, right? So immediately after each speaker ended their speech, we're going to open the floor. We're going to give any person the floor, to the audience as well. Even for GE, you can do your impromptu evaluation, but each speaker only have 2 impromptu evaluators, and each evaluator only has less than 1 minute.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Our round robin master, Mubara. Okay, the last one is our final segment. Is to see a team on evaluator give their feedback to almost every part of the meeting. There are roles where you will be listening to different parts of the meeting and presenting their findings. First, I would like to introduce our grammarian, is Linkang from Malaysia Toastmasters Club. Can you explain your roles and responsibilities, Linkang?
Okay, Mr. President, fellow Mr. President, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, my responsibility is to pay close, full attention to all speakers, listen carefully to their language use. I will take note of improper language and also outstanding words, quotes, sayings, and thoughts. As grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is independence, which means freedom from control by government. So not government, freedom from control by country or organization. Sorry, I was keep thinking about another stuff. Examples of using the word of the day. Number 1, independence is a given privilege. Independence is a given privilege. Example number 2, Malaysia declared independence in 1957. Malaysia declared independence in 1957. Number 3, last year when I was about to enter university, I thought that it was finally my time to get independence from my mother. But up until now, I'm still staying at home. So every speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day, and I'll be giving my reports when being called upon during the meeting, and also reports on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, our grammarian Linkang. Let's move to our art counter. Is Joshua Lee from Malaysia Toastmasters Club. Please introduce your role and responsibility as our counter tonight.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Joshua, and today I will be your R counter. So my role for tonight is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks, to listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and, you know, to listen for filler sounds, including and to note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. Lastly, I will present the R counter report at the end of the meeting. That is all from me.
Okay, thank you to our art counter, Joshua. Let's move to our timer. Today is Taufik Hussein from Malaysia Online Toastmasters Club. Please explain your role and responsibility as timer today.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, Mr. Azwadi, our President, Toastmaster Safu Ikram, my fellow Toastmaster friends from Toastmaster Online and Toastmaster University of Malaya, guests and everyone. So the role and responsibility of me, the timer, will be to monitor time of the round robin session, the prepared speeches and the evaluations, then to alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, does it work? Green, yellow and red virtual background, which denote specific times remaining. And then to present time report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Okay,
Back to you.
Thank you, timekeeper. This is very important role because to monitor our time today, our timer. Okay, the last and very important role, the honor of our GE General Evaluator is Nick K from Healthy Asia IT Services. Please introduce GE your roles tonight.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Mick, and today I'm your General Evaluator. So General Evaluator, the role is pretty straightforward, same like just now how the round robin master explained about open evaluation. Here I am as your General Evaluator of the meeting is to generally evaluate top down, center left, up and down, front and back about everything that happened and does not happen in the meeting. Of course, with that, I wouldn't be able to do it with my panel of evaluators, such as speech evaluator, and together with also evaluator later on. And also, I have also the 3 technical role players, which is timer, R counters, together with the grammarian, which will support me in providing their respective technical reports upon call. So at the end of the meeting, I will also provide my general evaluation report. And back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, our General Evaluator, our GE today. Okay, we start our first session today. Very interesting session, a new session, round robin. Therefore, I would like to invite our round robin master, the expert is Mubarak Wasden, to start the session. Give him a big round of applause.
Thank you, TME. So today, with the theme of our independence is a given privilege by our forefathers. I have interesting topic to give you all. I have all of this list of attendance, list of participants here. So like I explained just now, I'm going to give you one topic and everyone will need to answer according to the questions. Okay, let me share you the screen. Okay, so I would like to ask you guys here to imagine if you wake up one day, one morning, and suddenly you've been selected as the president of your nation. It can be small nation or big nation. And it is independence, during Independence Day. During this time, you have to introduce yourself, such as your name, where the country you are from, basically a Toastmaster Club, from the Toastmaster Club. And maybe if you guess, maybe you can say from your regional, like Ampang, or maybe Kedah, something like that. And the last question is, what is one unique way that you, as the president of the nation, celebrate the Independence Day in your nation with your citizens, with your people? Okay, so I'm going to give example. I will start with myself. Here, can I see the how to
Timer.
see the,
Taufik, timer 1 minute. Don't forget.
How to see the timer? Okay, so sorry. I can see here a few lists. Sorry, a list of participants here. Okay, ready? Timer. Got 1 minute only. Every one of us only 1 minute. So I will start with our Kai Yang. Kai Yang. Imagine if you are the president. Can we have Kai Lang? Kai Lang?
I have a question before we start.
Okay.
How's the timing works? Like 1 minute only, right? So when it's green, when it's yellow, when it's red? Okay, so 1 minute. 1 minute means just red. We don't have green, we don't have yellow, we just have red. Is that okay? Okay, great. All right, can we have Kai Lang? Okay, before that, please be ready. It can be your turn. You don't know. So we have Kai Lang. Kai Lang tak ada? Ada?
Kai Lang or Kai Yang?
Oh, sorry, Kai Yang. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry for my ini Melayu lah. Okay. Do we have Yang, Mr. Yang?
I already put him in the spotlight.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Yang, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is President Yang. I am forever young. So if I run the country, you can forever be sure that I will be in power. So if I am a benevolent person, lucky you. If not, I'm so sorry for you.
Okay, great, Mr. Yang. Second person, can we have MK Mikang, BPE?
Wow, so fast.
Your name, your country or Toastmaster Club, and one unique way to celebrate Independence Day.
Okay, good evening, everyone. This is presidential speech by President Bingkang from Taman Ampang country, Negeri Negara Taman Ampang.
Ayo.
So during Independence Day, we have Chinese, we don't have Chinese, we don't have Malay, we don't have Indian, we have Ampangians. We don't have the old, we don't have the young, we have Ampangians.
Great.
And we also have onions, by the way, if you're curious. Okay, so that's all from my presidential speech. I hope that you guys will call us Ampangians.
Okay, thank you, MK. Okay, can we have Anja ready? Anja, go. Introduce yourself. Anja ada tak? Tak ada. Anja? Okay.
Ada. Sorry.
Right, okay.
I forgot to unmute. Hi everyone. My name is President Anja, and I'm from Sri Kembangan. If I am the president of the day, I'll get education for all. Every children, they have right for education. So regardless you are stateless, refugee, all entitled to get education. Thank you.
Wow, I really hampir tertipu. I thought you were the president of the club. Nice, Anja. Okay, can we have, sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly. Maybe Chiang, can we have Chiang, Toastmaster Chiang? Chiang Ting. Can we?
Hi, good evening.
Great, yeah. Introduce yourself.
All right. So hello, good evening and good days to the fellow Toastmaster. I'm President Chang Ting of Malaysia as well. So basically, currently, we are having different kinds of Malays, Chinese, and Indians. But if I were to take a word for this country, then I will definitely join together with our different Malay, Chinese, and Indian, as together we will be having a movie and we will be showing how great is Malaysia in the future.
Great.
you.
I want to join to see what kind of movie, yeah?
I think it will be a drama.
Drama, okay. Korean drama, can. Okay, can we have our evaluator number 1, Kahmoon. Mr. Kahmoon.
Thank you so much. Hi, my name is His Excellency President for Life, Colonel Yam Kaman, Supreme Leader, Lord of all the beasts of Malaysia, especially in Sungai Petani. Welcome. So since Sungai Petani is well known for rice, I'll provide rice for all. And instead of armies marching in my name, I'll have tractors marching in my name.
Why? Are you a detector?
Yes, Supreme Leader.
Oh, Supreme Leader. This guy too many.
I will kill anyone who disobeyed me.
Oh, yo. Pablo Escobar. Okay,
Yeah,
can we have?
Thank you.
Yeah, can we have? Sorry, can we have evaluator number 3? Go Chu. Can we have Go Chu?
Hi, can you hear me?
Thank you. Yeah. Can.
Alright,
Mr. Go Chu. President.
All right, so hi everyone. I'm President Goy from the island country of Penang.
Oh.
So as you all know, Penang is famous for its food and its history.
Yep.
So I believe that the best way for my citizens to unite is to have all of them to have a taste of our most tasty food, like our laksa, char kway teow, and etc. When everyone's fed, then everyone would be happy and there would be peace. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Nice, President. I will vote for you. Don't worry. The general election, GE. I will vote for you. Okay, so can we have Miss Falik? Miss Falik, Toastmaster Falik.
Hi.
Yeah, President. Miss President, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is President Falik. I am the president of Tanah Rendah Kebun Bunga. It's located in north of Malaysia. It's between Thailand and Malaysia. So it's over there. So if I were to celebrate the independence of my country, I would want everyone to play their own traditional games. So let's have kites festival. Let's have Congkak festival. Let's have all these Olympic style traditional games.
Can we can play Congkak. I'm pro Congkak, okay?
Yeah, semua keluar.
Thank you. Yeah. Can we have? I think this is special one. Our GE, Toastmaster Mick, Mr. GE.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
As the president of Malaysia, the first thing I would do is to encourage more young athletes to participate, because our country, when Olympic comes, we always want to look for gold medal, silver medal, or bronze medal, or any medals about Malaysia. We are proud of it. But the first thing I will do is to improve and fund really towards our young and talented athlete and bring Malaysia national anthem all around the world throughout different Olympics.
Great, Mr. GE. Great, sorry, Mr. President tonight. Okay, so can we have our guest, Azrin? Miss President Azrin, can we have Miss President?
Hi.
Yes. Miss President, yes. Introduce
Hi,
yourself.
good evening, everyone. I am President Azrin from the blue country of Salcom. So
okay.
where we celebrate our Independence Day, there will be a There will be free calls, internet for everyone for the whole week or month maybe.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about finding connections or connecting to other people all around the vicinity countries as well.
Is it unlimited quota?
It will be unlimited.
Oh my God, we can then change all to Celcom. Who use the, cannot. Okay, can we have our guest, Shen He, yeah. Yeah, okay, Mr. President.
Hey, this is your President Chen Kai speaking. I am the leader of the Republic of Top Glove. And as a leader and being famous for, you get to choose your own gloves to wear that day, because as an independent person, you are free to make your own decisions.
Nice, Mr. President. Yes. Can we have our guest, Miss Fatin? Miss President Fatin.
Hi, your Queen Fatin Anissa is here from Pago. No, Queen this time from Muar Johor. Thank you. For if I was the queen of the day, I will make everyone send me food and we will share the food to the whole country because I'm quite hungry right now. Thank you.
You see the propaganda here. First, I asked President. Now she changed to Queen. And also bribe with food. Okay, can we have Justin? Quick one, Justin.
Sure thing. Hi, friends. Good evening to fellow Toastmasters. My name's Justin, and I'm a Toastmasters from Connaught Toastmasters. By day, I'm a researcher at but by night, I'm the president of Connaught. And my first rule to be president for a day would be to gather all the frontliners, all the people who do all the hard work so that you don't have to do any, and invite them to a parade so we can celebrate how much they contribute to our independence. And that will be from me. Thank you.
Wow, I like your answer. This is what we call very deep one. Very deep one. Thank you, Mr. President Justin. Can we have our honorable guest, Sarah? Sarah?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, Mubarak. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. I'm Sarah kembali kepada screen. Anyways, before everybody starts, my name is Sarah Kembali. I am the president of Petaling Jaya. Well, in my country, state, we celebrate by 2 ways. One is to hold a cook-off for all the Malaysian dishes, whether you're from Penang, from Malacca, from Ipoh, whatever dishes, you do a cook-off, besar-besaran everywhere. And also a contest for those on fashion. So people like President Saiful, for example, has a very nice big tanjak like that. So we'll have all those very nice, colorful Malaysian cultures and food.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Can we have our guest, Shahmi? Shahmi Aiman, Mr.
Yes.
President? Yes,
Thank you.
I like you.
Give me a
I
second.
already like you, Mr. President. Oh, you. Itu
my
different topic.
As the president, I can do anything I want. And I am Shami, President of Malaysia, and I want to make a big announcement during Independence Day. I want to fire all of the politicians, and I want to appoint Saiful Ikram as my deputy president of Malaysia. Let me and Saiful build nation together.
Okay. Sorry. Disclaimer: please restrain yourself from voting Saiful as our politician. Okay. Thank you, Mr. President Shami. Can we have Iktifa?
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. President. How are you, Mr. President?
I'm fine. I'm from the country called Lepak One Corner. So during the Independence Day, you all have to lepak, relax, and enjoy yourself. That's it for 24 hours, pure enjoyment and relaxation.
How then
Right.
how with frontliner? Semua.
They also have to relax. It's a
Aiyo.
public holiday. It's a totally
It's a
public holiday.
compulsory, is it?
Yeah, it's compulsory for
If
1
they
day of
don't,
the year.
if they don't relax, then you fire them ke apa?
No, the problem is in my country, Independence Day is the only day that you can enjoy, have holiday.
Great.
You have to work the rest of the year.
Yeah. Thank
Back to
you.
you, Tammy.
Okay, thank you. Can we have Isiaga? Can we have President Isiaga?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, Mr. President.
I'm the president of FC Barcelona. If I'm the president, we will be taking all the best players from all the other clubs and have them in my team, and they will play for me so that I can win all the Champions League throughout. So we will be the only club celebrating. That's all from me. Back to you.
This guy is footballer. You football fan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Great, we can be best friend. Okay, can we have
only
John?
If you support Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
I am sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
So sorry, I can't on my video.
It's
Yeah,
okay,
my name is
President.
John. I'm from KBNG Toastmaster Club. About is it I need to talk about myself or independent?
How do you celebrate your Independence Day in your country?
Yeah, I'm from Malaysian. The way we celebrate I'm a Malaysian. To be honest, I never celebrate Independent Days. I only remember when I was in primary school. On the Independent Day itself, we all were gathered in the court and we were just sing the Jalur Gembira and we were just like see one of the students. They will be like put on the flag of the Malaysia. When I finish my primary school, I'll stop doing that. Independent Day, it will be a holiday to me, an off day to me for me together with my family member.
Okay, thank you, President. President John, can we have our President, President, Katie?
Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
So thank you. So I just have, one day before taking oath to the office to serve as a president, I watched the movie called Independence Day. And so what I want to do during the Independence Day is that I want to invite alien to celebrate with us. And besides celebrating Independence Day with us, it is going to bring some fancy, cool tech, to help us explore intergalactic planet and some sophisticated technology to empower
Like Star
our
Wars,
nation.
Like Star Wars,
Yes.
Oh, yo.
That's all from me. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. President. We can be best. If you love Star Wars, then we can be best friend lah. Can we have Joshua Lim? Our counter. There is Joshua.
Hi guys, my name is. Hi, I'm President Joshua. I'm from Taman Bukit Kelisa. That is my country. If I were to celebrate Independence Day, I would tell my people that you must eat durian during Independence Day. But if you cannot eat durian, you can eat cendol or ABC or any traditional food that you can find in Malaysia. Because I know for a fact that Malaysians like to eat. That is all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, we have this guy. I very afraid because he talks a lot. Our President Kaide, please, the floor is yours. Cannot hear you. Ayo, President, come on lah. Your technical team tak ada ke?
First of all, I'm not a president. I'm a prime minister of my country called Mega Putra. Because why? This country has a king, has a queen and a prince. The king looks like the mixture of Tom Hiddleston and Remy Ishak.
The queen looks like Siti Nurhaliza mixed with Celine Dion, and the prince looks like the young Chris Evans, the young Captain America. And for how our country celebrate Independence Day, each minister in the cabinet needs to perform a talent show during the Independence Day. That's how we celebrate our Independence Day. Either they can sing, act, they can perform anything that they want in the talent show on the Independence Day. Thank you so much, Mubarak.
This Prime Minister, I don't know what to say. Very demanding. Even one day you have to perform. Oh my God. Okay, thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, not President. Okay, can we have Nicole? President Nicole.
Hi, everyone. Hi, my fellow citizen. My name is President Nicole from Sungai Besi, KL. So as the president, I'll extend Independence Day to Independence Week so everyone can have a whole week of holiday. And I'll also host a potluck party where everyone could bring their best Malaysian dish. We can dance, celebrate, and of course, everyone is invited. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Miss President. Yes, I would love to join you. Can we have President Sakila Hakim, our second evaluator?
Thank you, Mubarak. As a president, hi, my name is Akila, and I would love that my country is a country of freedom. And during independence, everyone can do whatever they want. But surely, one, there's no parade because it's wasting people's time and energy. Two, there's no fireworks because, come on, people, it's climate change. And then three, no balloons released to the air because whatever comes up goes down and it's a waste. And it could also kill animals. Back to you.
Wow, you very environmentalist. I love that about you. Okay, so can we have our President Suki? Suki.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello. How are you, Miss President?
I'm fine.
Suki, sorry, Suki. President Suki.
I was thinking who was being called because someone responded.
After this, you. Don't worry, Lucy. After this, you. Okay. We have this politic warfare going on here. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Please.
I have to be gentle. Vote for Lucy, don't vote for me. Thank you.
Next term.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, President Mubarak. My name is President Suki. I'm from Standard Chartered GPS. And one way I would encourage my fellow citizens to celebrate Independence Day is by dining together. When I mean dining together is people of different races, colors, religions eating together. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you. Yes, we need to make like durian party together, like just now mentioned. Durian, have to eat durian. I believe Joshua, is it? Yeah. Okay. Can we have, of course, our President, Lucy. Lucy. Cannot hear you, President. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, guys. I'm the president for Forbidden City. In my country, in the Independence Day, all of us do the cosplay. We can be the princess. We also can be the prince. We can be anyone we would like to be. We can be the superstar. We also can be the singer. We can be dancer. We can sing and dance together. We also can play disco together.
Yes. I love to join that kind of a cosplay party. Is it?
Yes. And later we travel together to the whole countries and the whole world.
Thank you, Miss President. Can we have our... Sorry? Yes, we can. I see. For the sake of... Yes. Thank you, Aswadi, for reminding me. If not, until the end of the session, I will brag about it. Okay, so just to wrap it up, why did I choose this topic? Simple. It's our Independence Day, and it's not a luxury that we get for being Malaysian. It is a privilege where we have to celebrate it, even though we only celebrate once a year, right? So, but then it is important for us to know that, that I'm going to change a bit on my language. Kita mempunyai berbagai kaum, berbagai etnik, tapi kita cuma ada satu bangsa, iaitu bangsa Malaysia. With that, thank you. Back to you, Mr. TME.
Thank you, our round robin master Mubarak. Give him a big applause. Very interesting session in our meeting tonight. So next, we continue our session today. Pre-practice. For the first speaker is from Malaysia Online Toastmasters Club. We also have the evaluator who do his project level 1 as feedback evaluation. Come on. I would like to invite the first evaluator, Kamu, and then his evaluator, Kyle Young, to read the purpose statement on the project. Kamu first.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. The evening. To Toastmaster Muhammad Hazri Amir, this is your purpose statements. The purpose of this project is for Hazri to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for us, Hazri, to demonstrate that he has applied the feedback received from his first speech. Good luck to you, Hazri. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Okay, thank you, Kamu. How about the second regulator, Kyle Young? This is the purpose statement for Kamu.
Oh.
Kyle Young.
Kaliang.
Is it? Okay.
Kaliang.
I think he probably AFK.
Okay. If not,
He's in the chat, but he's not switching on the camera on mute. Maybe you can move on first. It's okay.
Move on first.
Okay, we move on first.
Okay, thank you. Okay, without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker, Muhammad Hazri Amir from Malaysia Online Toastmasters Club, who also the managing director of his media interactive Sinar Berhad, the multimedia and game application developer company. His title of speech today is The Sword, the Jowl, and the Mirror. Muhammad Hazri Amir, The Sword, the Jowl, and the Mirror. The stage is yours.
You're muted.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening and fellow Toastmaster members. Okay. I have always have been mesmerized and enchanted by Japanese culture. I have been to Japan twice. First time is when I visit my brother studying in Toyama. And secondly, I visit Japan when I represent my company in Tokyo Game Show back in 2013. To me, Japan is a very unique country. In a way, it is so modern, but at the same time, it is also traditional and mystical. Talking about mystical, I would like to share a story, a legend to you all. This legend comes from Japan, and it is about the sacred treasure of the sword, the jewels, and the mirror. Okay, let me bring you back to the ancient land of Japan. Okay, so once upon a time, there is this sun goddess named Omikami. One day, she is enraged and withdrew herself into a cave, plunging the world into a darkness. Okay, so there is a sacred mirror and also a jewel used to lure her out of the cave and restore the light to the world. Okay, the treasure is then being passed on by Omikami, the sun goddess, to his grandson named Nigini. Nigini then descended from heaven and to earth with the mission to kill an 8-headed serpent. Okay, so after a gruesome fight, Nigini managed to kill the beast, and there he found the last treasure, the third treasure, which is the sword. Okay, this 3 treasure is now being passed on to his grandson named Jimmu, and Jimmu became the first emperor of Japan. Okay, let's talk about these 3 sacred treasures. It symbolized the legitimacy of the emperor, and also it symbolized the valor, benevolence, and wisdom that an emperor need to possess and display to his subject, to his people. Okay, so first, let's talk about the first sacred treasure, which is the sword. The sword resemble the power of weapon. Nation all over the world spend billions of dollars strengthening their military might. The power of sword is derived or based on the fear. So as a country, in order for them not to be dominated by the other country, they spend so much money for their military power. Okay, but if let's say there's no nation who wants to dominate the others, so the money spent to me is wasteful, and it can be used for other beneficial purpose for mankind, especially. So that brought me to my second item, treasure, which is the jewels. Okay, as you guys might think, the jewels resembles money. Okay, the power of money, as we all know, from old age until now, the rich have used it to gain advantage over the others, and so on. There are a saying that those who have money make the rules. There is a truth in that saying. However, to me, money is just a neutral instrument. It can be used for good and also can be used for bad. Okay, money in itself has its own power, but not the ultimate power for success. And it leads me to the third treasure, which is the mirror. Okay, the mirror resembles our self-reflection, self-awareness, and self-knowledge. Okay, according to Japanese legend, self-knowledge is the most powerful of them all because it dictates and guides how we use our powers, the other powers, for good or for bad. Let me emphasize this story with another topic, another example. If you guys know Thomas Edison, Elvis Presley, and also Richard Branson. Okay, we all know that these are the famous people, but do you know what else do they have in common? They are being told that they are not amount to anything when they are a child by people around them. Okay, for instance, Thomas Edison was told that by his teacher that he is too stupid to learn anything. And second, for Richard Branson, he was told by his headmaster that he would end up in jail or become a millionaire. So basically, essentially, it's up to us how we interpret and also what we do with the other people's comment about us. We need to look at the mirror and essentially realize our true potential and our true worth. Success doesn't come easily and can rarely be predicted. So we ourselves need to be able to see in the mirror and to determine that we're gonna be a success person. Okay, without it's not gonna come easy. We need to put the effort, to put a lot of work. But essentially, my last message is, when we look at the mirror, we need to ask ourselves what we want to be and how are we going to shape the world. With that, that's my story about the sword, the jewels, and the mirror. Thank you.
Thank you, Hezri. I mean, very interesting. I can see, listening something about the self mastery about ourselves. Okay, let's move to the impromptu evaluation. So our round robin master Mubarak, how about our impromptu evaluation on this Hezri speech?
Okay, so I love how you delivered the speech, Izri. Actually, I really interested how you deliver. The structure was good, of course. Like how you giving your own story. You create a drama. There's a drama escalation. Is it correct, TME?
Yeah.
Okay. So a bit. This is just my 2 cents. A bit on the improvement, or maybe you can consider it as a room of improvement. The camera angle, I can see you were literally like this. People are looking like macam ni, naik atas, like a looking down. So maybe you can adjust your camera a bit, align with your eye contact, then perhaps it will be better. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, thank you. Our first impromptu evaluation, Robin Master Mubarak. Any second impromptu evaluator? Any volunteer? Anyone to try?
Okay, may I try?
Okay. Yes. Okay.
All right, Hezri, your speech is basically it's a very good structure. The story is in line and everything is correctly done. My suggestion to you is you vary the speed of your speech and also to include some pauses. By varying the speed, meaning some point you can go fast. For example, regarding the war, you can go fast on that part, and you can slow down in terms of to create impact on that part. By doing that, your speech will be much more fluid, or much more figurative. Then if people can really visualize what you're speaking about. Okay, back to you, Tiami.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, let's continue our session today. Then we move to our second speaker. Before that, I would like to invite the evaluator, Sakila Hakim, from Fusion Inspired Toastmasters Club, to read the purpose of the statement and not of the project. I share first my slide.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the evening, Azwadi. To Toastmaster Zaisuki, the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and present a longer humorous speech. And that's it. Back to you, Azwadi.
Okay, thank you, Sakila. Then, without further ado, I would like to invite our second speaker, Zai Lucy from Evaluator Toastmasters Club. She is an international student of accounting in Misti Malaya. I have been informed also she is currently staying in China. She loves traveling and can easily excited when attending workshop and events. Well, her title of speech today is My Misti Life. Zai Lucy, My Misti Life. The text is yours. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Lucy. Today my speech is quite long because I need to talk 80 to 22 minutes. I feel that, oh my goodness, so long I need to talk. So before I start, I want to sing a song for you. Let me share the screen.
只要凋零下的无效，是收获谜底的代价。余晖燃烧，越信任的发，他撒下手中牵挂，雨跳下，却是迟来者，掌心刻，你眼中烟波滴落一滴墨。若佛说放下执着，我才能不言不尽去附和。一想到你我就恨情不寿，昨夜哭海秋。心在堕落，莲花眼中有。相思无用，才写下梦秋。
So this song, how do you think this song? This song's feeling is like I stay at college alone. How come my pathway has a so long speech? Since I always extend my speech time, so I just talk until you guys make feel so boring, want to sleep. Oh my God. I just start my speech, but already finished introduction. So today, because I'm the university student, I want to show you guys my university life. I'm an international student. I feel that it is quite challenging. Why? Because my English is not so good. I always make some grammar mistakes because my classmates are very smart. They always can get 3.8 or 3.9 CGPA, or even though 4.0. I really admire them, especially my buddy family. They all study very well, and they all live in Penang. So I think Penang people are so smart. Then I want to travel to Penang, because I think if I go to Penang, I will also become very smart. Then I go to the Penang beach, Batu Fergin. Then I talk with my friends. I'm in the beach. I send message in the WhatsApp. Hello, I'm in the beach. Then I take a beach picture, send to my local friends. then I feel I'm so stupid. Because while I write, I'm in the beach. It looks like there are so many sands on the beach that my whole body are covered by the beach. I'm taking a sand shower. Because my friend who almost can get CGPA 4.0, so smart, maybe discover my description mistakes. I think he may be just haha. Then I don't want my friends feel I'm so stupid. I just stop to talk. Don't want to explain anymore, then close to talk. Some grammar mistake always happen to me. I find a good way to solve this kind of mistakes. So I always send to my friends stickers without sending message. Because I'm from China, and that kind of person who always want to attract others. Like just now I'm saying to all of you. I always think how to make others notice me. I find that no people use panda and sticker, but panda is the national transfer for China. So if I want to ask something, I always put panda. So every time I end new friends WhatsApp, I always put the first line, hello, then second line, panda sticker. You know, I feel the person may think, hello, I'm a panda. How are you, panda? Good morning, panda. Wow, Lucy is a panda. Sometimes I ask for help in WhatsApp group because I don't know how to do the assignment. I don't know when next class maybe. I also put a panda sticker to let my friends know. Please help panda Lucy. Lucy is so pitiful. After I go UM to study, I really like to make friends. Some of my classmates with me in class always smile to me. I don't know why, because I just come to the classroom. I feel maybe I'm so funny people, so they always look at me and then smile. I think maybe I'm that kind of person, maybe humorous, maybe, or maybe so funny. Because I don't talk with them anything, they just smile to me. Maybe I'm so cute, maybe, I'm not sure. But I'm also very lazy people. I really love to sleep. After some classes, my classmates do the homework at library. Then I sleep at library. They do the homework, I sleep. I always can find a place without any classmates. Then I go sleep. After around 2 hours, another class come. Then I just go to the classroom. Maybe I'm still sleeping. Okay, I'm always like that. How come? I'm also a foodie. I have a very developed taste. I never acknowledged before, you know, but it is true. All my friends really trust my taste. They always go to a restaurant I praised before. I also explore all delicious food in University of Malaya. Every college, every place in our university. I'm very familiar with which food are very delicious. Especially my roommate really trusts my taste. We always go Middle Valley. We almost take Middle Valley as our second home, you know. Also QCC, Q Central. When my friends are finding their lovely cosmetics, and finding the new restaurant and finding the movies I like. So regarding the shopping mall, the most often places I go is the restaurants, cinemas, and supermarket because I want to find the delicious food. I really love the cinemas too because I dream in the future or one day I can be the main character in the movie. I dream that I can be an entrance. Maybe the prince love me in the future. The movie plays in
She lagi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. Call. Can we call WhatsApp? She disconnected halfway. I have to call her using WeChat.
Is the timing still running? Timer?
Timer stops at 12 minutes.
Can we pause a bit? Maybe Azwadi, you can decide.
Maybe give you this 30 seconds first. If not, we move straight to the third picture, then we move back to the second picture. Is it okay? Let me translate it.
I think it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me? Sorry, my internet not good. So,凯尔多 again.
So just continue again from the first.
Just continue.
Then the timer also will continue from.
Okay. So start from which part? Okay. So I just talk about
KLCC. The KLCC, KL Central.
Okay,
All right.
no problem. Okay. Okay, I continue. Okay. So KLCC also my favorite place that I can go. I really like KLCC's music fountain. It's the most romantic place, and I know in KL. I think in the future, if I got a boyfriend, also will take him to the KLCC's music fountain in the evening. So romantic. That's on my university life before the MCO. I always go different places to discover the new food. If you want to be my friends, should eat together with me, especially eating the hot pot, because hot pot is my favorite food. After that, during the MCO, you may feel it is quite boring, but I learned a lot of new things. The first thing is cooking. After my friend taught me cook, they can teach me how to cook because, I'm the person never cooked before. I'm also so stupid, so I don't know how to cook. I really scared. After they teach me one day, after a long journey, I can cook very well. For us, the easiest way to cook, just to cook the instant noodles and the hot pot. Because for the hot pot, we just put the favorite food we like, then we put in the pot, then just cook, then we can eat. So easy. The other food to cook is quite complex. I'm quite negligent. One day, I forgot to put water in my pot. Then open the fire. After a while, then pot almost broken because I forgot to put water inside. I'm so sorry. My pot. Why so stupid? I do not put the water inside. But I also feel satisfied and happy because I can cook together with my friends. We contribute ingredients for each other. We eat together and have fun. It is an amazing time for us. Some of my friends cooked for me also. One of my Indian sisters also cooked for me. Because of that, I tried some Indian food. In my free time, I also try to cook some new food. We will also eat during together. I remember one time, 3 of us bought a pizza. And pizza is very big. It is bigger than our face. So we just take a picture to show, wow, this pizza is so bigger than our face. That feeling is like we are sisters. Because I'm outside, I feel that one proverb is quite true. If you stay at home, parents are important. If you are outside, friends are important. Because of friends' warmth and power, I'm happy to stay with them. I think if you are a girl, you should play before the Barbie doll games. We can change the clothes for the Barbie. Because we were young girls, we play together. We play the clothing changing games. We exchange clothes with each other. Then we wear friends' clothes. Everyone has some strange clothes. It is quite funny to cosplay and decide the match of clothing. Sometimes we watch a movie on laptop also. I always feel asleep. I really love sleep. Once I watch a movie with my friend, I always sleep after that because I have a sense of safety. I also feel sometimes I really rely on my friend because my friend is like my family. Besides of that, I also learn singing. Because life, even though we do a lot of fun things, still a little bit boring. I sing to make the sadness run away. You guys also can try to sing to escape the anxiety. I also record my music. I have many fans in a music app. Every day, got many fans to encourage me to sing better. They never have a problem praising me. Some of them think I'm using my heart to sing. Every day, I can get a lot of nice and encouraging comments. So during MCO, you also can do like that to make your life with uninteresting things. Besides of that, I also join a lot of events. I love Chinese literature. I attend some lectures in UN Faculty of Chinese Language and Literature. Also heard a lot of speech from lectures from China's famous universities. I also joined marketing department in Welcome Week event. I called 1 month more for the sponsorships. I almost called all hot pot restaurants in KL and Slanger to ask for sponsorship because I really love hot pot during the rehearsal days because I really love singing every day after rehearsal. finished, I sing with other organizing committee with all my classmates together. It's a wonderful time, even though it's the online. I still can feel I can stay with my classmates. It's still very fun. Because the MCO continue, I really miss my family. Then I chose to go back to China. I remembered I went back during winter. It is snowy. When I go back to my hometown, when snowy, the whole world is purely white. It's quite magical. I feel it's a magical world. I feel I'm the queen in the movie. I'm the Asia in the movie Frozen. During the summer semester break, I went to Beijing to travel. I feel I'm the horny to the vagabond in this world. In the traveling journey, I also discover lovely and interesting places and people. I tried, even though on the subway, I still communicate with the strangers. Sometimes I go a very popular tourism place. I also can get new friends. Then later we travel together. It's quite interesting. My interesting experience as I go before. I think that's all in my university life until now. I feel university is a place to know yourself, to discover yourself. We can know our power because we are still young, so we can make mistakes. It's okay we can make mistakes. It's nothing wrong because we have time to change it. We have enough time to try the new things. I can fight our dreams since we are still young. We can see times as our friends. I still have long-term dreams want to achieve. I want to go to be a singer. I want to be a poet to write the most romantic poem. I want to go to the sea to watch a star. I want to travel to the whole world. My suggestion for you guys is that maybe we cannot be the Snow White in our life, but we still can be the Dwarves to try our best, to try new things, discover, create our own stories, value and enjoy our lives. In the end, I still want to sing another song. Let's have a fun together. Let me sing.
Thank you, Lucy.
Okay, wait. I will start. Go.
Actually, our time is up, yeah? Lucy, thank you.
Time is up, I think.
打开录音机，打开唱片机，让音乐开始，让节奏不停。不要不理我，不要讨厌我，我不是电脑，我不是国王。每当 disco 音乐要响起，这让我们还是在一起。你能听到我的心在蹦蹦跳。
Okay, thank you, Lucy. I think we have the time given. Sorry. Very interesting from her speech about the journey her life in Misty. Okay, any volunteer? Can we find someone for the impromptu volunteer?
Yes, can we have someone from the audience? Maybe someone who is very keen, maybe Fatin? Can we have Fatin as our impromptu impromptu evaluator?
Sure. I think in my opinion, one thing that you could maybe add on to make your speech more exciting, because it's very lengthy, right? I think maybe you can engage, like ask questions for that, so that it be more engaging to the audience. So that's my like add on in my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fatin. How about our second volunteer? Can we invite Nika, I think?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. So basically what I found out is Lucy was using self-deprecating humor. For example, like, well, this pizza is so big and it's bigger than my face. So self-deprecating herself to make the humor. So one thing I would like to suggest, Lucy, is that perhaps you could make your self-deprecating, make your humor to be a little bit exaggerated, you know. For example, like, oh, you talk about your singing. I really love to sing, but my mirrors and my mirrors keep breaking. I don't know why, although I love to sing. Or maybe, oh, I really love to cook. Love to cook what? Cook instant noodles lah. Okay, so this way you can have a little bit more difference, you know, between the thing that you really like and the results, which is sometimes not so great. So this is how you create a humor to the audience. And I found, yeah, I understand that it's a little bit difficult to do humor speeches when in virtual, because we do not know. Whenever we do a punchline, we do not know that how long the audience is gonna smile or gonna laugh. So how long we're gonna wait for the smile to over? We cannot hear the laugh. So sometimes we just proceed, but sometimes just proceeding is not a great way to do a punchline and a pose, right? We need to have the pose. So I think, yeah, Lucy, you did a great job on that, because it's really hard to do virtually humor speech. So definitely room for improvement. I will leave it to the evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Mika, for the evaluator. Okay, I share my screen first. Okay, let's move to our last speaker, our third speaker. Our third speaker. Before that, I would like to invite his evaluator, Go Shunyan from Malaysia Toastmasters Club, to read the purpose statement and the notes of the project.
Hi, Toastmaster Saiful. So the purpose of your project is for you to learn or review research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched on any topic. So all the best, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, okay, then without further ado, I would like to invite our last speaker, Saiful Ikram Selamat from Malaysia Online Toastmasters. He is president of Malaysia Online Toastmasters Club and entrepreneur. He has involved more than 300 speeches within a year. Wow. His title of speech today is Evaluator from Hell. Saiful Ikram, Evaluator from Hell, the stage is yours.
I have done myself a speech, not just a speech, hundreds of speech, either in project speech, travel topic, and also as a test speaker. And I've been evaluated again and again and again and again. I myself have done more than 100 evaluations, not just locally, but also overseas. Fellow Toastmaster, as we know that evaluation is the breakfast, the lunch, and dinner for champion. But somehow in my journey in Toastmaster for the last 19 months, I found that there's always different kind of evaluation that I got from all the speeches I've done. And those evaluation actually can make or break a speaker. Why I choose say evaluator from hell? It is very simple. Because there is always two types of evaluator that for me directly from hell. The first one, that's what I call the siren. Who's the siren? Siren is a demon that been playing a nice lullaby, singing to all the sailor and bringing the ship to wreckage. Those are demons from hell. And how you want to see that? It's simple. You always hear them. Oh, you are awesome. You are great. Your speech is good. I can see you are a very good speaker. All the sugar-coated. According to the study that's been done in Stanford by Professor Coral C. Swesley, she said, by over compensation or over giving all the praise to the person, it can create two things. One, it will call self-entitlement. We're talking about, yeah, I'm great. People are talking to me. My evaluator say, I'm a good speaker. Of course I'm a good speaker. It's still your side. And second one is you don't know what are you actually. Are you good or are you bad? And this is from my own experience when I do my first pathway. I've been hearing from all these evaluators, oh, Saiful, you're a great speaker. You can be a champion one day. You are the material for a champion, either in district, division, everything, with a good, all the good thing, all the great, the awesomeness, everything. Until one day, one of the esteemed evaluator talked to me very directly. Saiful, you don't have any structure in your speech. You do not have good transition. Please write your speech. I know you're a good speaker, you can speak, but there's no structure. Do you realize that? If it boom, like a slap in my face, waking me up from this lullaby by the siren, and just stated to me, oh, I'm not that good actually. I'm not that good. I still have a lot to learn. And from there on, I always write my speech, word by word. And it does help. Because all this siren is just a lullaby that can depreciate you, can not really elevate you to another level, but steering you away from the real purpose to self-improve. Then we have the second type of evaluator. Who's the evaluator, the second type? The second demon come out from hell. We don't realize it. Who is that? The monster, or what we call a dementor. I say people with the mentor. What the mentor do? They destroy everything in their path, regardless good or bad, they only destroy it. Who are they? Some of the evaluator that is too criticized, over-critic, even up to the time of grammar. During the evaluation, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should practice with your mentor, you should practice again and again. You shouldn't deliver the speech, you have to do that. Damn. As a non-native speaker, English is our second language. And English is not easy. You have to remember that. English is not easy. Toastmaster, not an English class. This is more toward communication. This is more toward leadership. By doing that, the evaluator not just burn, it crush the whole speaker. It happened to me, literally. And for me,
I'm okay at that time. I'll say, never mind lah, I'm okay lah. Up to them lah. You want to say that? I know I'll do my speech. But what happened if this new Toastmaster? What happened is the person just starting it? He might not be able to recover after that kind of speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have a suggestion. Please don't be the siren. Don't please become the monster. Find the balance. For us, as a Toastmaster, we are here to help each other. As an evaluator, we're not here to evaluate others for the speaker. We are here for the speaker. It's not for ourselves. We're not going to say, we as a evaluator, we're going to share that we are good, we are better than others. No, we want to help them. We should be happy for them. So I like to give you such simple suggestion. If you do any evaluation, have these 3 things. What's that? What is the problem? Why it is a problem? And how to fix the problem. By doing that, you can help the person. Because every speech needs a recommendation, even a small one. Even the position of a camera will help them in the future and show them how to do it. Because at the end of the day, all of us here are Toastmaster. We are not monster. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Saiful, for the interesting speech. Okay, let's restart our impromptu evaluator. Any volunteer? Mubarak, can find someone to do the
Can we find someone? Okay,
Yeah.
I can find someone, everyone here. Can we have, I see Sarah muka berkerut. Sarah? Oh no, okay. It's okay. Can we have someone lagi, someone? Mr. Kaide. Diseru. Can we have your impromptu evaluation? Rapid fire. Go.
Hello guys.
Sambut pula dia.
Saiful, I really like the enthusiasm of Saiful. Every speech he wants to stand up, because that's how we do our public speaking. We stand up, we deliver, and I like his enthusiasm for doing every speech. I am lazy, I don't care. Even my own prepared speech, if I can sit down, I sit down. Except if the speech is like I really need to stand. FYI for the contest, I will. But if it's a prepared speech, I don't bother. But he does it every single meeting. I really need to admire that. Of course, he has a very good energy. I can really enjoy his speech. Even though my ears are hooked to his story. Like I listen, and it's very nice to listen to Saiful's story, because he's a natural in terms of how he wants to deliver his story energetically to actually attract the audience to listen to his speech. Well done, Saiful. Thank you so much for giving the speech.
Sorry, Kaide. Do you have anything that you see maybe Saiful can consider for room of improvement?
See, for me, it's perfect.
Oh, yeah. Okay lah.
For me, it's perfect. Yeah,
Okay
thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Let's not last.
May I evaluate?
Sorry?
May I evaluate Saiful?
Okay, can.
Okay, come on, can.
And so Abang Saiful, as always, you're a very energetic speaker and you really deliver it well with your energy and enthusiasm. So to elevate even better, because we want to catch the emotions, like how you feel your frustrations, right? Sometimes when we have energy that is gone very high, it needs to give time for the audience to breathe. So there are moments where you are touched, right? Like for example, how you were impacted when you were given those type of evaluations, or even like moments if you felt frustrated or you say, "Now my lah," all those things, right? Slow down, give audience the time to absorb that energy. Like when you state like things like, for example, imagine how you feel as an evaluator that struck you in your heart. So slow down at the moments, let audience absorb the energy, and then you back up again. So it's not a straight line, but rather down, up, down, up. Overall, a very delivered, well-structured speech. Good job, Saiful. Back to your Toastmaster evening.
Wow, great. I almost thought this is like a prepare or assign evaluator. Come on, you did great job. Okay, Azwadi, go ahead.
Thank you, Mubarak, Master. Okay, can I call our third report to put in the chat box while I share the QR code for the poll of our speaker. Mubarak, can you also share the link?
Yes.
In the chat box.
Just a minute. Let me just copy this. Sorry, chat box.
Also, I can see. Just give us 30 seconds.
You can use the QR code as well. Okay.
And we have.
Okay. Sorry. We can do maybe group photo, Azwadi. What do you think? Yeah.
Very important. This very moment. Good photo. Please open your camera.
Who's taking the photo? I don't wanna. Every time me je.
Okay, I also can, no problem.
Okay, great.
Just open.
Everyone, if you want to make up a bit, 10 seconds only, we can only give you 10 seconds. Come on.
Okay, slider.
Thank you. Thank you, Kai.
Slider kosong lah.
Sorry?
Slider
kosong. Okay. Sorry?
Ada lah.
Ada.
Ada.
Ada, Saiful, ada.
There's a bug.
Okay.
Blame the bug.
In the poll, not in the question.
Ready, everyone?
All right, I think.
Okay, open your camera, kamu.
Okay, camera on.
Okay, camera on.
Okay.
Ready?
Let's take two take.
Okay, first one,
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3. Okay,
Got 2 page, right? Azwadi. Okay, one more. Then we take another one, which is the informal one.
Okay, another one. Okay, ready? Freestyle. 1,
okay.
2, 3. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank
you. Break kejap.
Yeah, break.
Can we have break,
Timer boleh ke? Boleh
Timer?
break ke?
We
need permission from timer because to Azwadi.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Master Mubarak. Okay, now we start back our meeting. The very important session is evaluation section. I would like to invite our Honorable General Evaluator GE today, Mikte from 50 Asia IT Center and Toastmaster Club. Give him a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. So I now take control over on the evaluation session. So first, let me call upon our first evaluator for our first speaker, Kamun, EC3. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator, Nick. So Toastmaster has been. Can you pin the speaker as well so that I can see him? Now, the purpose of this speech is to take feedback from the first speech and bring it into your second speech. Now, when I read through your evaluation form that you have sent me just now, I found that there are too many evaluation or feedback that is given. So I'm going to focus on 3 major aspects in your speech and 1 challenge for you. So overall, I want to say that you have achieved some of the purpose statement, which is you try to take up some feedback from the first speech and bring it forward to your second speech. So this is something that I would like to share. Number 1 is about pronunciation. Your first evaluator has mentioned that you need to improve your pronunciation. Today, I find that your pronunciation is great. Why? Because you are actually able to pronounce words that are slightly difficult and you showed practice. For example, benevolent. This is a very good word that you have pronounced clearly. And each word is mentioned clearly with clear diction and clear enunciation. So you have improved in terms of pronunciation. Good job. Number 2 is looking straight at the camera. This time, I find that your first evaluator has mentioned that you need to look straight at the camera because you tend to look to the left. This time, you did really well. You actually look towards us with the camera as your eye contact. Very clear, very precise, and it keeps us engaged as the audience. So great job on that, Hasri. Number 3 is about speech organization. This time, you use a historical story about the Japanese sword, jewel, and mirror, and what does it symbolize to an emperor. So very good use of support materials in your speech, and it keeps us engaged. And oh, I learned about Japanese history today, about the king and about the queen and the serpent. So good job. So here I have 2 things for you to add on to your speech to an even higher level. Number 1 is in terms of body gestures. This time you have stand straight and it is clear and you showed confidence. So good job on that. One thing that I would like to add on to elevate your speech even better is in terms of hand gestures. Now, when you deliver your speech, right, there are things that you don't say is actually more stronger than things that you say. Sorry, more strong than things that you say. For example, like this. When you deliver a speech like this, right, when you clasp your hands, it's an unconscious matter of saying that, oh, I'm not confident. So place your hand on the side or open palm gestures. In a way, you will talk more confidently. You can also use gestures to indicate points. For example, the sword, the jewel, the mirror. So you can indicate how many items with your gestures. So work on your arms to open up and don't clasp. Okay, open up. Another feedback that I'd like to give you is in terms of speech purpose. Speech purpose is very important, especially you want to deliver a clear message. And when you have the speech purpose, when you have one sentence that tells us what is the message you want to bring, reflect back on your journey, which is yours. Try to relate back all your stories, all your opening, all your closing, everything must relate to your key message. So, for example, how does the story relate to that message of reflecting? So emphasize more. So tell us, is it to inform us something or you want to persuade us to do something? So set a clear speech purpose will help you emphasize your message clearly to the audience. Overall, you did very well in taking some feedback from the past evaluator and bring it forward today. Work on the body gestures and make sure the speech purpose is clear in your speech and you will definitely become a good speaker. Great job, good work, and back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Kamun, for the awesome evaluation. I like the way how you use the sandwich method. From good, you point out the good points of point of excellence, then you go to point of improvement, and finally you also wrap up. So really good job on that. I have nothing else to add. Also good job for the first speaker, Hasri. So now I call upon the evaluator's evaluator, Kao Yong, to evaluate Kamun's evaluation. Over to you, Kao.
Sorry, G, but Kao's evaluation should be the last one.
Okay.
According to agenda.
Okay. Okay, sure. Then we move to the second speaker evaluation. So we have Sakila to evaluate our second speaker. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmasters May. Dear Toastmaster Lucy, congratulations for your speech. Definitely it wasn't easy because one, it's a humorous speech. Not everyone can pull it off, but you did. And second, it was actually quite long, between 18 to 22 minutes. It's challenging, especially in our digital settings, but applaud to you. With the title My University Life and adding on to Fatin and Minkang's impromptu evaluation just now, one is that you open your speech with a music video. While some say music is a universal language which people can relate to the emotion based on the pitch, rhythm, and the tempo, it could be good given that your audience is engaged through the chat, but it could also be otherwise because when they are chatting, meaning that could be they are disengaged. So some things that you need to take note. And then second point, this one is on your strength. So your gestures and cute expressions are fantastic. It's fun to watch and I observe that the audience like it. And also when it comes to gestures, your hands actually never rest. It's always moving. while it's good, don't go overboard with it. Keep it to minimal and also make it sufficient. And also when it comes to your hand, note that to always have a welcoming hand gestures, make it open. I think that's something that you may want to consider. And then the third one, your tone is definitely on your strength field as well, because sometimes it makes me curious as to what's next. And that curiosity feelings is hard to develop, but you did it. Just that to complement this, maybe you want to consider break down your speech into a few parts clearly, especially when moving or transitioning from one part to another, given the speech duration that you have, so that the audience doesn't lose focus to your overall speech. And so within the marathon, do consider to have a few pit stop and checkpoints. And adding on to the transition, when it comes to sentences, make sure it's a combination of short, medium, and long sentences, because if it's a series of short sentences, it can be quite exhaustive for the audience who is listening. And then number 4, this one quite minimal, but it could be measured. So go consider to use a less distracting virtual background, because I think what you had just now, it's stated just for fun, no need believe much what I said. So I think it could actually lower your credibility. And then number 5, further, it's actually a topic that in a way people can relate, because people have been in the university life, but just tying it back to the objective of the speech, inject more element of humor to it so that we all can laugh, and I think to serve the overall purpose. But all in all, definitely good job. You were stuck somewhere in the middle just now, but once you're back, you release your break and you continue like nothing happened. Well done, Lucy. And back to you, GE.
Thanks, Akila, for the very impressive and yet very difficult and challenging evaluation, I would say. So maybe just one point to add on to Lucy, right? It's a plus point. You know, in virtual meeting, what is missing is that we could not see you in front of us, and you have a very, very nice, beautiful smile. Keep it on. Your smile really is a way to keep us engaged in a way to your speech as well. So you always have the brightening, the smiley face that you have throughout the speech, no matter you go in a different types as well, right? So really well done on that. Keep it up. So next, moving on to our third evaluator, we have Shu Xian to evaluate our third speaker. Over to you, Shu Xian.
Thank you. So, quoting Toastmaster Saifu, evaluation is the breakfast, the lunch, and the dinner for the champion. So, of course, I would be providing a supper for our Toastmaster Saifu today for his wonderful speech. So I believe all over here agree that Toastmaster Saifu is a very seasoned speaker. You can see it from a lot of points. The first point being that he knows his audience well. He knows that all of us here are Toastmasters. So he chose a theme which is about evaluation, which all of us here could relate to. So this theme makes us interested and invested in the topic. So we would stay interested throughout his speech. And also, you will notice that Toastmaster Saifu give a lot of meaningful body language throughout his speech. And not just in terms of how he uses his hand gestures, but also his use of his 3D environment. And what do I mean by that is that you'll notice that Toastmaster Saifu would move from the left to the right, to the back, and to the front to engage with us audience. So even though we are staring at a 2D computer screen, you will feel like we are in the same 3D environment with Toastmaster Saifu. So it makes us feel like we are actually there with him physically, which I really like it a lot. And also another point that I like is that Toastmaster Saifu used a lot of simile throughout his speech, like he uses the word siren and monster to describe the very extreme evaluators, which make it memorable and also humorous to some extent. So I really like that. And the humor not just extends to that, but also extends to his role playing, whereby when he mentioned about the siren, which is the song singing monster, he actually sang for us. And for a moment, I thought that I was in the Malaysia Got Talent show. So I really find that humorous. All right. So of course, every speech has its room for improvement. So quoting Toastmaster Saiful, now I will be giving the problem, the why, and the fix to improve Toastmaster Saiful's speech. So I find Toastmaster Saiful really energetic throughout his speech. However, at some points, I would suggest that Toastmaster Saiful could use a little more pacing, like when saying, I'm not that good. Perhaps Toastmaster Saiful could try to slow down a bit to make us feel the emotion better. And also, because the speech might be a little bit too interesting for me, so I am very engrossed with the speech, so I might not actually realize that Toastmaster Saiful engage with us a lot. So I would suggest that Toastmaster Saiful can engage with us audience more by asking more questions and stuff. And also, Jalur Gemilang, our national flag, has a lot of colors, which is 4 colors. So if using as our virtual background, it might sort of distract me from looking at your person. So I would suggest that you could probably change the virtual background during your speech. So all in all, it's a very well done speech, and I hope to hear from you more, Toastmaster Saiful. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Shu Xian, on evaluating such a powerful or seasoned speaker, Saiful here. I mean, the only point that I would add on is I like also the fact that you use mic. I mean, honestly, 3 years in Toastmaster, this is first time I'm seeing a speaker actually speak with the external mic. I mean, maybe others did, but I normally do not see a prominent mic sitting in front of the speaker, which adds point. In a way, it also shows more engagement in this online virtual setup, which is a good thing. Thanks, Toastmaster Saiful, and also our third evaluator. So now we move to our last evaluation, which is Kao Yong to evaluate Kamun's evaluation. Over to you, Kao.
Toastmaster Kamun, you were very, very detailed in your evaluation. And I really find that one of your greatest strengths, you was really detailed, you paid close attention to each and every parts that you feel that you can help this speaker. And as an evaluator, I think that is your strongest suit, and you were really, really good at picking up. I really like that you broke down each and every one of it, starting with 3 strengths and then moving on with 2 improvements. Now, that's one thing that you're good at. However, I feel that as an evaluator, we have to learn a peculiar skill, and that is to choose the most important thing to improve on. And when we choose, how do we choose? We have to think of what is the advice that really helps the speaker the most. And in this case, I feel that we can always use the sandwich method, but choose one of the most enticing meat to put as the room for improvement. In your case, you have mentioned 2. Number 1, hand gestures. Number 2, speech purpose. Now, if I were in your shoes, I would choose for something that would help the speaker the most. And I feel that knowing the speech purpose is one of the most important things. Of course, if that's the case, I would have to sacrifice a little bit on hand gestures. Perhaps as a fleeting passing remark, I would say, oh, speech purpose is really important. This is why. These are some of the examples, and I'm going to demonstrate how it is. Apart from that, you have some improvements in hand gestures. You could also work on that. All right? Always have a focus, because imagine yourself as the speaker. There's so much you need to improve, but if you can focus it, then he or she will know where to go. And besides, we're going to prepare a report anyways. So if the evaluator prepared a good report, most likely the speaker will read it too. So those extra details can be left there. I hope this will help you in your future evaluations. All the best. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Kao, also again for the good evaluation or good sum up of Kamun's evaluation speech. I mean, I would agree to focus bit by bit, because like also what Toastmaster Saiful has mentioned, evaluation is not you give 10 things to the speaker to learn in one speech, but you cut across 10 speeches, and each speeches you improve bit by bit. So eventually then the speaker will be able to learn and understand, and also eventually go to the next level in his or her speech. So well done for all my 4 evaluators. Now let's move on to our technical role players. But before that, I would call upon our timer to read out the report of the session. May I have timer Taufik?
I think they put in chat box the timer for the evaluator. And then I also share the pool for the best evaluator here.
Okay. Thank you, Aswadi. So then while we are waiting for the voting, then we can move on to the next one on having the timer on our first technical role player report. So may I have Toastmaster Taufik?
Right. Thank you very much. So pretty much we actually overrun a little bit. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, so should I share my screen or just read out?
You can take a
Taufik, we want to see your face. Where is
Oh,
your
sorry.
face?
I didn't see my
You can
face.
share your screen too.
My
Oh,
face.
yes, that's handsome face. Yes, we want
I
to see.
didn't realize I switched it off. So I don't need to share my screen, right? Just read it out over here. It's my first time attending being the timer, so I don't really have any clue what to be done. But anyway, we started on time, and then the SAA was quite good, 120. And then I think I better. And then we have a welcome address, Mr. President, ran off a bit at 7 minutes. Then Toastmaster of the evening, Mr. Azwadi, 18 minutes. Our round robin session went a bit longer with, I think, about 20 people. Everyone was within 1 minute, but it was because a lot of people, it became a bit longer. And then our prepared speech session, Mr. Hazri Amir did well at 6:08 minutes. Speaker number 2, Chai Suechi, overran at 23:54. And our third speaker, Mr. Toastmaster Saiful, went at 7:03. And then for the evaluation session, prepared speech evaluation, Kamun, 3:58. Sakila Hakim at 3:20, Go Shu Tian 3:10, and Carl Jung at 2:15. So that's pretty much the report for time. Back to you.
Thank you, Taufik. Good job considering this is your first time recording the time, and is a lot of things to do, and you need to keep track of the time and make sure that you change your background when it comes to different color of changes. Okay, I saw you also have posted the timer report. Thanks a lot, Taufik, once again. So next we move on to our R counter report. Can I have Toastmaster Joshua?
Yes, G. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, wow, today there's a long list for the R counter. And I'll start off with Nor Amalina, our SAA, 3 Earths, 2 So. For Aswadi, our Toastmaster of the evening, 5 1 So, 3 okay. Mubarak, round robin master, 7 2 okay, 1 3 So, 1 N, 10 more others. These are the round robin speakers. Anja, 2 Xiang Ting, 1 So, 1 N. Falik, 0, good job. Azrin, 1 Shen Kai, also 0, that's great. Fatin, 3 1 Justin, 1 N. Sarah, 1 Shami, 1 N. Iktifa, 1 So. Ishaga, 1 John, 1 1 N. Kenteng, one you know. Kaidir, one and one others. Nicole Suki, 0. Hezri, 9 R, 7 okay, 3 so, 2 N. Lucy, 7 2 2 so, 8 more others. Saifu, 2 2 1 so, 1 N, 1 others. Next, we move on to the evaluators. For Kaman, 1 6 so, 1 N, 4 others. Sakila, 1 6 1 so, 5 N. Goy, 10 so, 1 very, 4 others. Kyle, 2 1 so, 4 N. For the timer, 3 3 that's it. For me, I'm not sure whether is it just 1 or there's other speech crutches. Might need to review back my own video. For Ming Kang, 1 okay, 3 so, 1 N, 3 others. And lastly, our general evaluator, Mick, 1 1 4 so, 2 N. And that is all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua, for the detailed report. Next, we move on to the third technical role player. Can we have Toastmaster Ming Kang as our grammarian to present the report?
Okay, thank you, GE. Before this, I'd like to share my screen now. Okay, this is Grammarian Report by Ming Kang, PM1. Word of the day usage. Congratulations for everyone in the room. You have used the word of the day independence during the round robin session. So good job, round robin master Mubarak, for giving this opportunity. Apart from that, Saiful, word of the day usage 3, Aswadi 1, and Mubarak 2. Improper language use, pronunciation athletes instead of athletes, imperial instead of imperial. And some corrections I managed to capture. Everyone has everything that happened, everything that happens. Don't forget a typo here. More strong should be stronger. Celebrate by 2 ways, celebrate in 2 ways. There is a saying in terms of open the fire when cooking. It's like open the gasoline, right? So I do not know how to correct this. Please give me suggestions in the chat box. Hundreds of speech should be hundreds of speeches. Outstanding words, quotes, sayings, and thoughts, including independence as a given privilege, our theme. From Saiful, which did not specific time. Benevolent person, mesmerized by Japanese culture by our first speaker, descendant from heaven to earth also, symbolized legitimacy of the emperor. Wow, that's a heavy one. So just to let you know, jewels resemble money to shape the world from Lucy. Much more fluid, figurative from Saifu. University is a place to know yourself, to discover yourself from Lucy. Waking up from a lullaby from Saifu. Second demon comes out from hell, also from Saifu. Lower your credibility. I forget from whom. Evaluation is a breakfast, the lunch, the dinner of for a champion. A very seasoned speaker from Goy created a 3D environment for giving speeches, also from Goy. Last but not least, please download this report to read after the meeting. It's in the same link that you get your agenda, because I believe that if you're just listening to me, you will forget after you wake up tomorrow. So please read this report in order to improve your language. That's it. Back to you, GE.
Thank you, Grammarian Ming Kang. I love also the way how you inject a little bit humor at the end of the meeting and at the end of your report, sorry. So let's move on to my general evaluation report that I have. I do not have a structure. First of all, I wrote down some points. So let's start from the beginning of the meeting. So the meeting started on time, which is good. And I also received a very warm welcome when I joined. So it just feels like when I joined the meeting, when I joined, it feels like I probably have known most of you guys in the call for some time. So you guys started in a very warm tone, and also I like how Saifu and other Toastmasters also using like bahasa and also to communicate, and also it just make me feel more welcome in that way. And of course, then we move on to our SAA, which has also done a great job in terms of explaining the SRP topics, and also mute your phones and so on in the slides. So because I think presenting the slide in a large meeting, like virtual meeting like now what we are having, is a good opportunity to also let the audience visualize about what the speaker is talking, right? So SAA, good job for that. And we move on to President Saifu. Of course, I'm lost of words to say how powerful the speech is. So I don't have anything to add on. So that was a really good start to hype up the energy of the entire meeting. And moving on after that, then the Toastmaster of the day took up the role. May I know, Aswati, is this one of your very first few time becoming the Toastmaster of the evening, or?
My second time.
Okay. You have done a fantastic job considering the amount of things that are jumping here and there around. I have noticed that I think here very much Mubarak also step in from time to time, really to help out to ease your job in terms of to avoid any more confusion and so on. And also thanks for correcting me throughout the meeting when I had a sequence mess up a little bit, because I'm looking at the agenda as well. And then yeah, considering it's a long meeting and also it's a long agenda. But I think good job, first of all, Toastmaster of the evening. And then we move on then towards the explaining of the role. One point of improvement, right? When I thought of, if I may suggest, when you are explaining of our Dr. Ralph C. Smedley as a founding of the Toastmasters, I would be also interested as a guest first time to understand Malaysian Online Toastmaster Club and also Toastmaster Club. When you guys are chartered, a little bit of history of your club would give me a little bit context about how long is this club being chartered, and then how are they, let's say, performing in terms of giving my general evaluation. So it's also the benefit for the audience, which are guests, which are not from either of the clubs, will be able to understand more, because it's my first time joining and also Malaysia Online Toastmaster Club. So I do not have the information or background, okay, when the club is being chartered, and then which division are you guys from, and which area are you guys from. So from there, then if you guys can explain it a little bit on the background, would be would do a favor to all the audience to give some context as well. And then maybe on that part, when you inject a little bit background of your club, then you can reduce a little bit on the Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. You don't have to explain full-fledged the 300,000+. So then you can plug and play, right? So you reduce a little bit on the official, because I don't think we have guests that are non-Toastmaster today. I believe at least most of us, I don't see any one which is non-Toastmaster, so you don't have to really spend a lot of time explaining on that. But still a good job in terms of preparing the slide. So then we move on to the starting of the round robin master. I was thinking, what is this round robin? So round robin, from my understanding, is like everyone get a chance to speak. Everyone has to talk, right? Everyone has to talk to each other and so on. That was my understanding. And it exactly met my expectation, I would say. And maybe just one comment, if I can suggest, is if you want to organize the round robin session, try to limit the time. I think because of the round robin session, somehow the time got prolonged. And then I think Mubarak, you also did a good job by identifying who to speak next already in order. So you just call the names and then you wait for the speaker to respond. So that is a good idea, to inject different flavor into the meeting rather than the usual table topic session. So because in Toastmaster, I don't believe we have a hard and fast rule that we have to follow exact format. So injecting round robin is something new, and it's an eye-opening for some of the guests from other clubs as well, like myself. So still good job on that. And then we move on to the evaluation. I'll just skip on the evaluators. I think everyone I have given feedback. Same goes to the speakers as well. And then we have the break as well. This is okay. And the technical role play. Basically, I don't have to talk much about role players itself, because it seems that everyone knows exactly what needs to be done when they are in the role. And then they also tend to help out. You guys also tend to leverage on each other in terms of providing guidance and so on. And I also have my last two suggestions on the agenda itself. So I think what would be good in the agenda is that you have the time, like you have the time like 8:08 you start, right? Then 8:05 and 8:10 and so on. I would be also appreciate that if the agenda you can put green is what time, how many minutes is green, how many minutes is yellow, and how many minutes is red. So I will have an idea, because you basically I get how the time being broke down based on the different sub-session, but I think one thing I can suggest to improve is in the agenda, maybe further breakdown on the time might be better. Maybe use a table format to also indicate when is green, yellow, and amber, because that will give then a more structured way, also easier for the timer to identify when he or she should indicate green, when he or she should indicate yellow, and then red as well. And yep, and I also like the way how you structure your agenda. Is well done. And I also like you guys have the last page where you have all your exco. It looks like the pardon me, it looks like the parliament, you know, the cabinet thing. And but it's impressive. You guys show your contact number and then your numbers as well, which is good. Well done on that, on the exco for Malaysian Online Toastmasters Club. And also you have the pathway learning. Yeah, I don't have nothing much to comment on the agenda, only on the timing to indicate green, yellow, and red. I think that is all. So far, I've enjoyed the meeting. And I believe this meeting is slightly longer, right? Normally I see it's 2 hours, but you guys, this round is 2.5 hours, because also I think there was one speech which takes up to 20 minutes. And then, yeah, I think just try to juggle around 2 hours would be a good ideal time to conduct the entire meeting. So maybe certain speech take longer time, then you need to cut off a certain part and make it shorter as well. I know I overtime as well, but that's all from me. So back to you, Aswadi.
Okay, thank you, our GE. We appreciate your comment and advice. Thank you for the advice. Okay, we move to our next session, the last session. I would like to invite the board president from the two clubs, Malaysia Online and University Malaya Toastmasters Club also, to give a presentation to our GE tonight. As our general evaluator has the certificate of appreciation. Can someone take a picture by both of the president also?
So Master Mubarak, you want to take a picture?
So I see I share the screen.
Sorry. Let me. I cannot find Saiful. Sorry,
Saiful is here lah.
Ayo.
Cannot find your president lah.
Ayo. Okay. Okay.
Neraka.
Where is our
GE?
GE lah. GE tak spotlight. Okay.
Okay.
Where's your GE?
Tak boleh spotlight. Tak apalah, spotlight just GE lah. Okay. Alright. Okay. Ready, GE. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Thank you, GE.
Okay. Thank you, Mubarak. Thank you.
Sorry. One more.
Okay. One more.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. Good. Thank you, Mubarak. Let's move to the session that we're waiting. Who is the best speaker tonight? Okay. We did our photo. The best speaker for tonight is.
Siapa? Cepatlah.
Mengkang.
Mika, ayo. Cannot
That's
lah,
Grammarian.
yes, Please
Face sample photo.
Oh my god.
Saya put Ikram selamat.
Wah, ni I think ada rasa.
Okay, take a picture.
Okay, ready.
Pakai. Okay.
Okay, ready. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Alright, Saiful, thank you.
Thank you.
Panas
Then, the best evaluator tonight.
Evaluator pula Evaluator siapa? Come on. Who is our evaluator?
Is Sakila Hakim.
Yay.
Sakila.
Please take a picture, Marab.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Welcome Sakila. Nanti jangan lupa isi borang Isi borang MO nanti.
Okay, for our to close our last meeting, I would like to invite the UMTMC Malaya President to give his close speech for our meeting tonight. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Can.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So, Toastmaster and guests, thank you for joining us in today's meeting, a joint meeting between UMTMC Malaya Toastmaster Club and Malaysia Online Toastmasters Club. And honestly, I enjoyed today's meeting very much. Just think about the session that we have just now. Round Robin Master session, prepared speech session, and evaluation sessions. That is just simply a combination of fun and learning. Each of us has fun unleashing our creativity in the round robin master session. And then besides having fun, we also learn suggestion and area of improvement for each speaker through the open evaluation and evaluation sessions. I think today we had a fantastic prepared speech session. As a start, we listened to a speech about self-improvement from Hedri. Then followed by Lucy, we learned about self-discovery and personal reflection. Lucy shared with us her university life and her journey as a UMTMC student, and I'm feeling refreshed by her way of delivery with a combination of singing and personal story. Then we have, of course, President of Malaysia Online Toastmasters Club, Saiful, giving a powerful speech about evaluations as well. As what Saiful said in his President opening address, we need to unite as one species regardless of race, color, and creed. We need to appreciate the significance of our independence because it is our privilege. I think today's theme was well chosen. Our independence is a given privilege. Simply remind us how important it is to defend and appreciate the independence of our nation today. And by appreciating the independence that we now enjoy, we also appreciate the sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears shed by our nation founding fathers. I want to thank all the role players for today's meeting. Each of you are the backbone of today's meeting, and thank you for making today's meeting go smoothly. I want to thank the General Evaluator for his generous feedback and evaluation to help us improve and host better quality meetings in the future. I also want to thank our counterparts, Malaysia Online Toastmasters Club, for coming up with the idea of having a joint meeting, and I'm delighted to say that we have done it and pulled it off successfully. Finally, I want to thank all the participants that joined today's meeting. I hope you learned something and hopefully you enjoy the whole session and have a great time with us tonight. And now we will proceed with the feedback session. I will share a link in the chat box. You can drop us any feedback you want to help us improve and host better quality meeting in the future. And also, besides filling out the form for the feedback, I also want to hear personally from all the participants, especially guests, how do you feel about today's meeting? And I'm going to just simply randomly choose some of the guests because we are over time. I think we'll just pick 2 to 3. I think I'll go with Lisian from AUS Toastmaster Club. Can you share with us how like your experience about today's meeting?
And hi, good evening, everyone. So thanks, Kim, for inviting me to say a few words. So I've actually joined a little bit late. So when I joined, it was the prepared speeches, but I felt that the prepared speeches were really interesting and everyone here were very engaging. I really like the team and everyone having this flag of Malaysia up, Jalur Gemilang. So it brings back, it's like this, my Merdeka celebration with more Malaysians today. It's a really enjoyable session and thanks for having me here today.
Thanks, Lisian, for the feedback. And next, I will go for Fatin Anissa. Can you share with us how do you feel about today's meeting?
Hi, I'm Fatin Anissa from Masters. I have always been in Malaysian Online Club meetings, but it's my first time for Toastmasters, so it's glad to know new people. And it was a great meeting as always. Love the speeches and even the round robin session, even though it took a bit more than it's supposed to be. But glad to be here as always. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatin, for the feedback. I appreciate very much. And finally, last we have Justin Ng from Corner Toastmaster. Can you share with us how do you feel about today's joint meeting?
Before I share how I feel, I just want to say thank you for the invitation. It's very refreshing to be visiting different clubs to see how each club's culture is like. The one thing I really like about this club is you guys have open evaluations. We don't do it in Connaught, but I think it's something I would want to bring back to my club. I really like that. Things I might suggest is perhaps share your agenda in the chat when we come in, because I have no idea what's the agenda, and I think putting it in the chat like the PDF would really help us out a lot. But other than that, keep it up. I think you guys are on a good path forward. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Justin, for the feedback as well as suggestion for improvement. And that definitely will help us improve our meetings in the future. And I think that's it for the for the feedback session. And yeah, that's it for today's meeting. Thank you everyone for joining and have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye. The room will be open up to 11 lah bagi